Everybody, Assalamu alaikum. My message to government of Pakistan: we Kashmiris condemn the brutal act of Pakistan forces in Rawalakot, especially in Azad Kashmir, where one of our young men, Shazeb Abib, was killed, and a core committee member was seriously injured. This brutal action was from Pakistani security forces like Rangers FC is condemnable not only in Azad Kashmir but all over the world. We have informed our local MPs and British Foreign Office, and we will take this matter into British Parliament. We have also written to International Amnesty and other human rights organizations in the world. The importance concern is we Kashmiris have families back in Azad Kashmir, and there is a blockade of internet service. This is just like what India did in 2019. Now it's done in Azad Kashmir. The overseas Kashmiris, will take this issue into international platforms. If this brutal act is not stopped, we will take this to United Nations Security Council as well. Our plan is very simple. We will protest in front of every Pakistani consulates and embassies all over the world. We are well connected with the Kashmiri community in the world. This is a very clear message to government of Pakistan. We will not only stay silent on this brutal act. All Pakistani forces should be withdrawn from Azad Kashmir and let people carry out a peaceful protest. It's a birthright to a freedom of speech and freedom of expression. We condemn the arrests of Awami Action Committee members, not only in Azad Kashmir, but also in Gilgit-Baltistan. We have a clear message to people of Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan that we the British diaspora, stand shoulder to shoulder with you. We will be your voice, and you must carry on your peaceful protests. Thank you very much.
As I said, there's no list of speakers, so please raise your hand and if you want to say anything. Yes, brother. You don't need to come if your voice is loud as is mine.
نحمدو ونصلی علی رسول الکریم فاما بعد فاعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. سب سے پہلے میں تمام آڈینس کا شکریہ ادا کرتا ہوں جو یہاں موجود ہوئے ہیں اور عوامی ایکشن کمیٹی کے ساتھ جو ظلم و ستم سامراجی طاقتیں کر رہی ہیں ہم ان کی پرزور مذمت کرتے ہیں. اور ہم جو کشمیری بیرون ملک بیٹھے ہوئے ہیں یہ پاکستان کی ایجنسیاں بھول جائیں کہ جو ٹاؤٹ انہوں نے ہم پر مسلط کیے ہوئے ہیں وہ بھاگ کر اسلام آباد چلے جاتے ہیں اور وہ کشمیریوں کی نمائندگی کرتے ہیں. کشمیریوں کی نمائندگی کوئی بھی نہیں کرتا. کشمیری اپنی نمائندگی خود کریں گے. یہ جو غیر ملکی طاقتیں اس وقت جو ظلم و ستم راولاکوٹ میں کر رہی ہیں اور شازیب حبیب جو ہمارا بھائی شہید ہوا ہے اللہ تعالیٰ اس کو جنت الفردوس میں مقام علیین عطا فرمائے. ہم اس کے پیچھے کھڑے ہیں. ہم 7 لاکھ انڈین آرمی کے ساتھ لڑ رہے ہیں. پاکستانی 4 لاکھ آرمی ہمارے لیے کوئی حیثیت نہیں رکھتی. یہ یاد رکھیں. کل رانا ثناء اللہ ٹی وی پہ بکواس کر رہا تھا کہ مقبول بٹ شہید رحمۃ اللہ علیہ کا نام لیا گیا اور وہ کہہ رہا تھا کہ یہ کتاب فرد جو لکھی گئی تھی شہید مقبول بٹ رحمۃ اللہ علیہ اس پہ پابندی نواز شریف نے لگائی ہے اور اس کو پتہ ہی نہیں ہے اور وہ وزیر بنا ہوا ہے یعنی گورنمنٹ پاکستان کا. اور پاکستان کی اسٹیبلشمنٹ نے 75 سال میں جو کشمیریوں کے ساتھ ظلم کیا ہے جب ہماری تاریخ عروج پر تھی تاریخ آزادی کشمیر اس وقت انہوں نے سب دہشت گرد جیلوں سے نکال کر کوئی لشکر کے طیبہ بنائی کوئی جیش محمد بنائی کوئی لشکر اسلامی بنائی اور انہوں نے تاریخ آزادی کو سبوتاج کرنے کے لیے ہر وہ اربا استعمال کیا جو وہ کر سکتے تھے. لیکن اللہ کے فضل و کرم سے جو مزاحمت کار نیشنلسٹ تھے وہ کھڑے رہے اور آج بھی کھڑے ہیں. ہم یہ ان کو بتانا چاہتے ہیں کہ تم بھول جاؤ تمہاری آنے والی نسلیں بھی بھول جائیں کہ تم آزادی کشمیر کو یرغمال بنا کر کشمیری پر ظلم کرو گے. یہ میرے پاکستانی پنجابی بھائی نہیں ہیں جو خاموش ہو گئے ظلم و ستم برداشت کر کے. یہ سندھی نہیں ہے جو زرداری کا ظلم برداشت کریں گے. یہ بلوچی نہیں ہے یا کشمیری ہیں جن کی ہزار سالہ تاریخ ہے, جو ہر ملک سے لڑنے کی طاقت رکھتے ہیں. ہمارے پاس اسلحہ نہیں ہے لیکن ہم پڑھے لکھے لوگ ہیں. ہم سوشل میڈیا پر ایسی جنگ لڑیں گے جو تمہارا باپ اور تمہاری نسلیں بھی یاد رکھیں گی. ہم گورنمنٹ پاکستان سے یہ مطالبہ کرتے ہیں کہ جلد از جلد جو ہے نا نیگوشیٹ کیا جائے اور ہمارے مطالبات منظور کیے جائیں. جو مہاجرین کی 12 نشستیں ہیں, سیٹیں ہیں, ان میں سے میں ایک جاوید بٹ کو سن رہا تھا, اس کو پتہ ہی نہیں ہے تاریخ آزادی کشمیر کیا ہے. اس کو کشمیر کا جغرافیہ ہی نہیں پتا اور اس کو مشیر بنا دیا, وزیر بنا دیا جاتا ہے, اس لیے کہ یہ 12 بندر باندھ کر ان کو جس طرح ٹویسٹ کیا جاتا ہے حکومت چینج کر دی جاتی ہے. یہ صورتحال آزاد کشمیر کے اندر آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں. ہم عوامی ایکشن کمیٹی کے ان بھائیوں کے ساتھ کھڑے ہیں اور ان کے ساتھ چٹان کی طرح کھڑے ہیں. یہ بھول جائیں کہ ہم ان سے پیچھے ہٹیں گے. ہم انشاءاللہ تعالیٰ یہ بھائی میرے اعلان کریں گے, ہم پاکستانی قونصلیٹ کے سامنے مظاہرہ کریں گے اور بھرپور مظاہرہ کریں گے تاکہ ان کی آنے والی نسلیں بھی یاد رکھیں گی. وما علیہ الا البلاغ.
Yeah. Basically, the brother was highlighting the issue about the 12 seats. The Pakistan has 12 seats, which obviously they unelected members of assembly, which then have the governments, even though they don't live in Azad Kashmir, and they are Kashmiris by origin. So the campaign is all about to demolish those 12 seats so they can have a fair share, no imports of the government where Pakistan chooses. So that's the point brother was making. And also he talked about the protest, the peaceful protest, which will be taking place up and down in the country, outside the Pakistan embassy and the consulate. So these are the points brother has raised. So if you can keep it brief, as I said earlier on, this meeting is all about having listening to yourself and how the member of parliament can work with yourself and take these issues up. There are majority of people are from our area, but there are people from outside our remit. But however, the other members of parliament will be made aware as well. So we need to work together as a community and engage other member of parliaments as well in the city. Is there anybody else wants to say anything? Councillor Shahzad, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to speak if nobody else is.
This is the first time, by the way, the Kashmiris are reluctant to speak.
I'll have to get round. I'll have to get round, Alex. I don't want to get right. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming today at such short notice. We've had this issue last year as well when the Joint Awami Action Committee was protesting peacefully, and the government of Pakistan and the government at the time of Azad Kashmir decided to have a memorandum of understanding with the peaceful protesters, and they agreed to the demands that they made, and they said they will work through those demands. So for nearly over a year, the Joint Awami Action Committee, who are peaceful protesters, they are not a formed body, they are just Kashmiris who have decided that they need to stand up for their rights. So they're not an organization that's been constituted in any way, or because obviously just a couple of days ago, the Pakistani government and the Azad Kashmir government Supreme Court has said that these are terrorists, and they are not terrorists, they are peaceful protesters. So that has been something that has now allowed the government of Pakistan and some of the forces from Azad Kashmir to actually crack down on these peaceful protesters because they said they are terrorists. So they're using anti-terrorism laws to crack down on basically peaceful protests, which is the right of every human being, wherever you are, whichever country you are. And as you're all aware, Kashmir is a disputed territory. It has been disputed for a long time. Unfortunately, at times, the Pakistani government has signed memorandums with India and said it's a bilateral issue. It's not a bilateral issue. It's an issue for the United Nations to resolve. We've got Kashmiris on the Indian side. We've got some Kashmiris in other areas that want to have a fair plebiscite and have an election and get their rights, whether they want to go with India, Pakistan, or have independence. That should be their fundamental human right. So currently the situation is really bad, especially up in Rawalakot. We've already had one death as has been confirmed, and that's been from Rangers or the police shooting directly at unarmed protesters who were just going about their business. They were actually traveling. They weren't even doing a protest at the time. Today, apparently, there has been a funeral taking place for that person who's lost his life. And what's happened is they've attacked the funeral as well. And I think it's about time that human rights, wherever they are, whether they're in England or whether they're anywhere else in the world, I think we need to stand up for human rights. And the first basic human right is the right to protest peacefully. And I think until we all don't stand up for this and we don't make this a point, no matter where it is in the world, we need to make sure that everybody has that basic right. And I think it's very important that the people of Kashmir are understanding this. And it's great that we've got Alex Sobel, our MP. Obviously, we've got other MPs, Richard Bergen MP, Fabian, and others from Leeds who are very active on this issue. And they will be making the relevant calls to the Foreign Secretary to see what the Foreign Secretary can do. But what we can do as Kashmiris is actually, as Councillor Akhtar has said, is protest at the right places, make our protests count, and let people know the problems we're having. Just a couple of days ago, somebody's died from a village near from where I live. The grandparents were not able to see the funeral. They were not able to get in contact with their children because the internet and the telephone services are stopped. And that's not just one case. You're going to have loads of these cases because we have a massive Kashmiri diaspora here. Some people have got elderly parents who they're keeping in touch with every day. They're worried about, are they still alive? Is their health okay? What is going on? And especially communication should not be stopped anywhere in the world. And I think the fact that the Pakistani government is using the blockade of communication, the internet and mobile services to carry out their dirty act at the moment of killing innocent protesters, it should be condemned. And I totally condemn this. And I think the parliamentarian obviously will speak for himself, but I'm sure all the parliamentarians will condemn this current act of I'll call it a heinous act of violence against peaceful protesters. It's not allowed and it shouldn't be allowed. And I'll give others a chance to speak.
Thank you, Councillor Shahzad. Shahzad has been very proactive on these issues. Last year, we had a similar sort of situation, and Shahzad again took the lead, and Councillor Khan, unfortunately, is not here. He was another colleague of mine who was really proactive on this particular issue. Now, I've got Councillor Muhammad Rafiq in the audience as well. So stay there, Councillor Rafiq. Yeah.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Without repeating what's been highlighted already, I think you can't resolve these issues through force. It's got to be through dialogue, through sitting around the table and sorting it out. There was, like Shahzad, the Councillor Shahzad said, there was a memorandum of understanding about 8 months ago when the previous protest took place, and everybody was under the understanding that the reasonable demands of the Awami Action Committee will be met. They were given those assurances. Clearly, that's not happened. One of the main demands is actually, to those who don't know, is put into perspectives, is in Azad Kashmir, in Pakistani side of Kashmir, there are approximately about 5 million people living there, and there are 33 constituencies. So that the people who are able to vote, it varies from one constituency like it's here, but there it varies more than it probably does here, I think. It's up to 100,000 people in each constituency. No, those who actually, particularly when Mangla Dam was built in the 1960s, some people migrated to Pakistan, and a very small number. So in 1974, not in 1947 when Kashmir was, 1974, the Pakistani government then decided that those living in the Pakistani side, refugees, they should have a say as well. Even though they can vote in Pakistan, they can stand in elections in Pakistan, they've got all the rights, but they should still have, and should be able to take part in the elections in Azad Kashmir. So when the elections happen, as I said, 100,000 people who actually live in Azad Kashmir can actually vote, whereas a winning candidate may get 20,000, 30,000 votes. On the Pakistani side, the winning candidate gets about 200 to 300 votes, or 500. And you become a member of the assembly, and they are able to draw funds from the government as well, which is hugely unfair. Apart from the funds, the government in Pakistan can use those. There are 33 seats altogether in Azad Kashmir, plus 12 makes it 45. And there are 5 additional seats which are given to minorities, the women and religious groups. So it makes, I think, altogether about 51. So those 12 seats actually are the defining factor in terms of who actually, how, or which government of the day would be. So usually whoever's governing in Pakistan, they tend to, because they control those 12 seats. So and they control the government as well. So that's how it happens. I think that's hugely unfair, and we need to work, all of us here. And good to see Alex, an old friend. I've known Alex for over 20 years, or as long as I've been in politics, and I know others as well in Leeds. We can depend upon to raise issues with our Foreign Office and our Parliament as well, and we'll do whatever we can to make sure we raise your voices, our voices. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rafiq. I'll take a couple of more speakers, and then we'll give the opportunity to Alex to respond to some of the issues which has been raised and how we can move forward. Shakil Sab, is it Shakil Sab? Yeah. Yeah.
Will it be shortly? It might be keep it brief, please.
All right, no problem. Thank you. I'll try, but it's unusual time and difficult times for us. Yeah, right. Thank you very much, the organizers, Javed Saab, Zia Saab. Thank you very much. As everybody knows that what's happening in Pakistani administrative Kashmir. I am from Pakistani administrative Kashmir. My family still lives there. It is kind of war time in my Kashmir at the moment. It's blockade. We cannot talk to families. It's very disturbing and stressful for the British Kashmiri community. And at the moment, the forces deployed from the neighboring country, Pakistan, they are using every kind of brutal tactics, live shootings on the, at the moment still is going on in Rawalakot. There are a lot of reports that people been injured. In my district, Bhimber, one of the member of core committee, he's been shot by the Pakistani military forces. So everybody should know that what the Kashmiri people are demanding actually. We are demanding the basic human rights which British Kashmiris are enjoying. Clean water, hospitals, roads. 3 million Kashmiris are living overseas. We don't have an airport. We have to go to Islamabad and Lahore, and then we have to take 5 hours long and dangerous journeys, and lots of Kashmiri people been robbed on the way from the airport to home. They know that there is a British, maybe he has some pounds in the pocket, and if we resist, we've been killed. There are a lot of examples. The Kashmiri people in Pakistani administrative Kashmir, they are asking for the basic human rights, for the airport, for electricity, for hospitals, and for the royalty, which my ancestors and your ancestors, we have built the dams on the graves of our ancestors in Mirpur. The old city of Mirpur, like the Leeds city, been buried under the water because the Pakistani establishment and the Pakistani government wanted to build a dam to light their cities and to run their factories. We have sacrificed everything as a human beings, but over 78 years, we've been waiting that we need a clean water. We don't have roads. Not a single hospital in 4,000 square miles, not a single hospital is as well equipped as a small town like Bolton or Bury or Rochdale, the hospitals of the Bury and Rochdale. And when we demand these things, the Pakistani establishment and their puppets sitting in the Muzaffarabad, they call me and other Kashmiris, oh, you are the agent of foreign country, because you are asking for the bread, because you are asking for the basic human necessities. So this is a war, and it is a criminal attitude towards the Kashmiris. So I request the honorable MPs and other, dignitaries, please raise our voice, because the shooting is still going on in Rawalakot. They are killing the people at the moment. We are getting reports, we are getting footages, we are getting photos. So please help us, because this is very difficult time for the Kashmiri community in the state and abroad as well. And stop this, this war nonsense imposed by the Pakistani government. Thank you very much.
Walamir, Sardar Amjad Sahab, you wanted to say a few words, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Javed Saab. I don't want to repeat the things that my other colleagues said here, but I'm going to share the current situation in Rawalakot. Just half an hour ago, I speak somebody, there was a funeral prayer, probably local time, 6 o'clock, and the authorities and Pakistani Rangers attack on the free funeral prayer. First off, say everybody shame for them. That's a war crime. So everybody shame for them and state the funeral prayer not been happening. 13 people has been injured. They are in a combined military hospital in Rawalakot. And current situation, everywhere they close all the roads. They close all entry points with the paramilitary forces and attacks on the houses to arrest the Awami Action Committees. Yes. So the problem is that, I mean, we have the traditional things. Is how is it possible is the Pakistani military forces enter in the houses? वो चार दीवारी का कोई तकद्दुस नहीं है. These are all the war crimes. We have a honorable MP here, and we don't need to talk, and just like a speech. We did a suggestion as a Kashmiri, what we can do here and how we can put a pressure on Pakistani authorities to take out all the occupied forces from Kashmir. Are you agree for that? Have you got any suggestion? We need a suggestion. We don't speak it. Thank you very much.
If we can just keep it basic, absolutely every one of us are aware of the history of Kashmir and the Pakistan and India. We are in between three nuclear powers. We are between China, we are between India and Pakistan. Now we have a situation where the Pakistan government has sent 14,000 troops in Azad Kashmir, population of 4 million. Am I right? 4 million? 4.5 million. So, to be honest with you, the Azad Kashmir was a peaceful region. And what they're trying to create, the atmosphere at the moment, the British Kashmiris will not have it. Am I right? We won't have it, yeah? So the first thing is about the 14,000 troops, they need to go back to Pakistan. And the most important thing at the moment for majority of my residents and the residents in Leeds and across the up and down in the country is the suspension, lift the suspension of the internet, which many families are struggling to get in touch with their loved ones back home. This is the crucial thing, Alex. I think we need to, or you need to, or the minister needs to summon the ambassador of Pakistan as a matter of urgency and make sure our voice has been heard, and he should be aware that the Kashmiri communities are feeling it is not fair that they cannot communicate with their own loved ones back home. There are 500,000, for those who don't know, 500,000 Kashmiris living in United Kingdom. So we do have a voice in the country. So I hope that message will be conveyed to those authorities. Now, I'll give you another opportunity if you want to speak. Then we'll give an opportunity to Ashik Fardosi Sab to say. By the way, Ashik has came all the way from Rodrum and has been working extremely hard for over the last few days. And Ghulam Sab, you changed your mind now, yeah? All right, okay. Okay.
For the right time to speak.
We did ask you.
Yeah, you did. You asked everybody. Yes. Thank you. Anyway, thank you very much for the kind invitation. Thank you very much for the kind invitation to this meeting. I think the points that I want to raise are what we are exactly requesting the parliamentarians to do. I don't want to go in the background. This so-called organization, which is Joint People's Rights Movement in Azad Kashmir, has been going on for 3 years. It had several meetings with the institution, the government of Azad Kashmir and Pakistan, and they were promised that their charter of demand will be delivered in full, except there was some objections on one issue, which is the parliamentary seats of the people who are exiled and are living in Pakistan. But even those have not implemented. On this occasion, what has happened, they had given a date of 9th of June, by which they wanted a resolution of outstanding issues. If not, they will then demonstrate to the capital, Muzaffarabad. The 9th hasn't arrived. They've already, government of Azad Kashmir and Pakistan, between them, they have called the forces on top of the Kashmir police force. They've called the Pakistan paramilitary forces, which is Rangers. They've called the military from the Federation, the police, whatever, and tried to suppress. This was a preparatory meeting in Rawalakot, where one of the members attended, and as they finished the meeting, on the way home, they were attacked, and their car came under fire, direct fire from the authorities. One of them was killed, others were injured, and the same thing has happened. So what we request, A, the reinstallation of internet and telephone facilities. B, that this committee, which has been declared by the Parliament of Azad Kashmir as a banned organization now, a terrorist organization, what a shame for them, because this organization is supported by all the Kashmiris. If not, at least 95% of the Kashmiris living in Azad Kashmir and living in overseas. My brother Javed mentioned that there is 500,000. In fact, there's at least 1.2 million Kashmiris living in the UK. Over all the countries in Europe, America, Canada, Arab states, about 50% of our population is overseas. And we do want the representation from other countries, but on a fair basis. And there is not a huge task to ask them to review the representation, because that was exploited as a tool by the parties that were in power in Pakistan to get those 14, 15 seats first, 12 seats first, and then go and take over the government. So it was an unfair process. I think what we are asking them is to go back to the situation where they had negotiated to resolve the matter, lift the restriction from the Joint Awami Action Committee, lift the ban on the media, and withdraw the forces. And that should happen forthwith. And then we are a peaceful movement. We want to resolve all of these things through peaceful means. Thank you, Javed, once again. And I was just trying to make the process a little.
Thank you. As what we know, Chaudhry Ghulam Hussain has been a very sort of proactive on Kashmir issue for many decades in our city. So thank you for all the hard work that you have done. Before I forget and before I get into trouble, can I thank our media team, Geo News. One second.
Geo News not reporting rights, don't mention
Geo Kashmir, sorry, Geo Kashmir, I meant, sorry, yeah. My apologies. Yeah. Qasam Ali, Faisal Raja, and also Iftihar Sab for their time and commitment. I know Qasam has been pros of Kashmiri for Kashmir News HD. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can I now ask, have I left anyone? No? In that case, for those who sub stage is yours.
Thank you. I'll take 1 minute. You know that already everything being said, and MP Alex know how is over there the situation, and he will tell us now. His voice is more powerful than all of us. I will only send one message to the EJK police officers. If you allow me, the language they understand, if you allow me to speak. कल एक असले की 2 गाड़ियां पकड़ी गई जो कश्मीर में भेजी गई थी हमारे भाइयों के खाते में डाल के उनको मारने के लिए. I'm trying to message there. That's for them. That's for them over there now. So police के जो ऑफिसर्स हैं उनको मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ کہ آپ نے ابھی تک وہ جو گاڑیاں پکڑی گئی ہیں ان پہ FIR نہیں کاٹی, بندے اریسٹ نہیں کیے. تو معلوم ہوا کہ ادھر کے جو پولیس آفیسرز ہیں آپ بھی ساتھ ملے ہوئے ہیں. دوسرا ڈڈیال جو کہ میرا شہر ہے, وہاں پہ کل ایک گوشت کا پہاڑ ایک شرابی دھمکی دے رہا تھا ہم سب کو, ہمارے بھائیوں کو. ابھی تک ڈڈیال کے سچو زہیب SP خرم نے اس کے خلاف کوئی FIR نہیں کی, وہ اریسٹ نہیں ہوا. تو آپ دونوں کو یہ میری وارننگ ہے, شام سے پہلے اس گوشت کے پہاڑ کو 10 نمبری شرابی کو پکڑ لیں, اریسٹ کر لیں, ورنہ رینجرز آج یہاں پہ کل نہیں ہوگی, ہم ادھر ہی ہوں گے. اور تمہارا جو جسم ہے وہ اتنا اسٹرانگ نہیں ہے, تم ہمارے الفاظ کو برداشت نہیں کر پاؤ گے. اور بہتر یہی ہے کہ تم عوام کے لیے نکلو. اور ایک IG آپ کا میسج بھیج رہا ہے جو لاہور سے آیا ہوا ہے, اور آپ اس IG کے کہنے پہ ہمارے گھروں میں جا رہے ہو, لوگ اریسٹ کر رہے ہو, اور میرے سامنے آپ مظلوم بنتے ہو کہ ہماری پاور نہیں ہے, ہم یہاں پہ پاور لیس ہیں. نہیں, ہم تو میں سے ہر ایک کو جانتے ہیں. ایک IG غیر قانونی آرڈر کر رہا ہے اور آپ لوگوں کو اریسٹ کر رہے ہو, یہ ہم برداشت نہیں کریں گے, اور اس کا ہم آپ کو جواب دیں گے. اتنا ہی کافی ہے. باقی I think we will listen to MP Alex now.
Thank you. Thank you, Firdausi Saab. Chaudhry Sabir Saab, thank you very much. Allah aapko khush rakhe, aur aapka to mashallah aapne to pura janda, mashallah, Allah aapko khush rakhe. Alex. He's going to put mic.
Thank you. I was aware on a parliamentary delegation this week, but Councillor Akhtar and Councillor Shahzad both got in touch with me to tell me about the seriousness of the situation Azad Kashmir. I'd like to thank Councillor Akhtar for organising the meeting at very short notice in Woodsley Community Centre for hosting us, and to thank the other councillors for coming, including 3 members of our city's cabinet who are very busy running our city, Councillor Rafiq, Councillor Farley and Councillor Hayden. And I also can see many old friends in the room, people like Parvez, Talib, Ghulam, who I've been campaigning with on issues of peace and justice with for over 20 years. This is not the first time we've had to meet in Leeds about issues relating to Kashmir. In 2019, we met when there was the internet blackout in Jammu, Kashmir by the Indian authorities, and I wrote to the then Foreign Secretary and raised questions in the House of Commons about lifting the internet blackout, the use of live ammunition against Kashmiris in Jammu, Kashmir. Just last year, we had a very big meeting in the Civic Hall when the war erupted between India and Pakistan. Thankfully, that was short-lived. But again, we are here. But this is different because today we're not talking unusually about Jammu, Kashmir, we're talking about Azad Kashmir and the issues there. Now, first of all, I want to say that many of you in this room will have friends and family that you cannot contact because of the internet and communications blackout. And that is a big issue because many of those people will be British nationals visiting Azad Kashmir, like I know all of you do, to visit friends and family, and you probably have people that you can't contact. We have constituents who we can't contact, who might be now stuck in Azad Kashmir and unable to return. So this is not just an international issue. This is a British issue for the British government because British nationals are stranded in Azad Kashmir, and you, our constituents, have friends and family who are under this blackout. Then there's the issue of violence, of police and army violence, use of live ammunition against peaceful protesters, and the right to protest. The right to protest is sacrosanct. It's enshrined in the United Nations Charter on Human Rights. I'm on the Human Rights Committee here in the British Parliament. We are currently carrying out an inquiry on the rights of protest here in Britain. I'm in touch with the United Nations High Commission on Human Rights, rapporteur on the right to protest, Gina Romero. I'll be making her aware, if she's not already aware, from the Kashmiri diaspora, of what is going on now in Azad Kashmir. So she can raise it directly with the Pakistani government, because that is her job as the United Nations rapporteur, to raise violations of the United Nations Charter by national governments and others. Our inquiry on the right to protest is about the right to protest here, ensuring that you can protest peacefully in this country on whatever issue concerns you, including this issue. But when we finish the report, the things we're going to write about can apply to any country. And I'll make sure that the Pakistani ambassador to the United Kingdom has a copy of this, so the Pakistani authorities understand what we in Britain consider to be the human rights of those who are trying to protest, and how they should not only allow protest, but protect the rights of individuals to protest, because protest is a cornerstone of any democracy. And if Pakistan wants to be considered a democracy, it has to protect the rights of individuals to protest everywhere within Pakistan. Finally, because I know we've had a lot of speakers, I will be writing, like other colleagues, other parliamentarians have written. I've seen the letter from my colleague from Bradford East, Imran Hussain, to Yvette Cooper tomorrow on these issues, to ensure that the Foreign Office, not just here in Britain, is getting the British ambassador in, but that our ambassador in Pakistan is taking this to the highest levels of the Pakistani government, and I'll be speaking to our Indo-Pacific Minister, Seema Malhotra, who I know very well, and encourage her to get on a plane and fly to Pakistan and have those meetings herself, so the Pakistani government understand the seriousness that we take this. British MPs are very aware of the responsibilities of our country in regards to issues around Pakistan, India, and Kashmir, and that these issues were created by the partition undertaken by the British government at the time, afraid to say a Labour government, but we're now here to try and right the wrongs of the past. We cannot rewrite what happened then, but we can try and deal with the situation now. So it's incumbent on us, on Labour MPs, Labour councillors, to write to those in charge of this Labour government to ensure that we reinstate the right to protest in Azad Kashmir and protect the human rights of all Kashmiris in Azad Kashmir. Thank you.
Right, we are coming to the end, which is quite good. Normally we finished late, but we are on time. So finally, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Before I close the meeting, I will ask Qari Saab to say dua for peace and stability in Kashmir and also here in Britain. So I will give the opportunity. But finally, what we have agreed, some of the, if I can recap, 14,000 armed forces which are in Kashmir, they need to remain. They need to leave the Azad Kashmir territories as soon the better. Second is to do with the internet and the phone issue that needs to be resolved. And even though it was a short notice, is less than a 24-hour notice, and there's quite a number of you here. I know many people are in either wedding season and they've got the family weddings, but let's all work together and let's have that communication going on a regular basis. Please do also lobby your own member of parliaments as well, so they're aware of what's happening. Majority of them are aware, but it's good for you to get in touch with your local councillors so they can get in touch with the local MPs, so everybody is on in a same sort of campaign mood. So thank you once again. I'm absolutely thrilled that, yes, Haji Saab. If do you want to come closer?
It's all right. I just want to ask you, MP what he's just said, right? We applauded and we accept every word you said. All we want to know, what guarantees does the British government give us, right? There are few citizens who have been arrested, British citizens. Yeah, British just recently, right? What guarantees British government is giving us that how soon all these blackouts is going to be lifted? You've just mentioned the ambassador, the British ambassador, will be on the next flight to Pakistan, right? How quick and how soon is this going to be resolved?
This is referring to the British citizens who have been arrested in Lebanon.
Alex, could you write down a letter to the Amnesty International and Mary Dolan Human Rights Organization on the behalf of your constituents? Because these are the constituents from these states, from, they have the back home in Azad. So can you do that?
I absolutely can. I've not yet had a constituent get in touch with me who's trapped, but that is maybe because of the internet blackout. And I will certainly advocate on behalf of any of my constituents who, whether they're incarcerated, whether they're stuck, whether they are undergoing any sort of difficulty in Azad Kashmir, not just with our government, but directly with the Pakistani government and the Pakistani embassy here in the United Kingdom. We have the consulate just in Bradford. So it's easy for us to make those representations. In terms of that, I can't speak on behalf of the government. I'm not a minister in the government. But as I said, I will speak directly to our minister who covers the region, who covers Asia, the Asian minister, Indo-Pacific minister, Seema Malhotra, and I will implore her to get on that plane and to make those representations direct at the highest levels in Pakistan, because the only people that can stop this are the Pakistani government. The British government cannot directly stop this, only the Pakistani government can stop this, but we need to do everything we can here from our government to put the pressure on them to stop it. Our government made those calls last year during the India-Pakistan war. And I'm not saying that directly it was because of Britain that the war stopped, but that is again what we can do in this situation. And hopefully that it will end even quicker than the war last year in India-Pakistan.
Thank you. Just to follow up from there, Ajisab, I personally, I've had an experience of dealing with many of our local residents here in London and Woodhouse, and I have friends who don't live in the area, but outside. All of our MPs are very good when it comes to a situation of this kind. So be rest assured, in Leeds, you got fantastic member of parliaments who are here to serve their own communities. So it's good that you have raised this, but absolutely, I can vouch for each and every member of a parliament, Labour member of parliament, that we have dealt with, and they have never ever let us down for the last 20 or 30 years. So, and I think it's an opportunity for me to say this, and Alex probably is not in that position to say, because I can speak to you as a heart to heart, as a community, and I think this is the time as a Kashmiri community and the member of parliament and our elected councillors, so we can have that sort of communication going. Let's reconnect and let's have open dialogues with each other, so we can work as a friendly basis, as a good sort of partners, like the way we used to 20, 30 years ago. So let's have that sort of build up that relationship again, and have a regular sort of communication with people like Alex Sobel, and strengthen him as a member of parliament, and so we can get more out of the government, because at the end of the day, neither of me or yourself are in the House of Commons. It's people like Alex who are in the House of Commons, and they can raise our voices, and let's work together. So, and finally, can I ask Qari Sabs to say dua, please, and please pray for the Kashmiris. And I've already asked them, and they said no.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Firstly, I'd really like to thank all the organizers, in particular Councillor Javed Akhtar Saab, for bringing us together. I think it's really important to have meetings like that where we can express our concerns, but also become aware as to what is happening and what can happen, what we can do from here. Obviously, the situation in Azad Kashmir is extremely distressing and very painful, especially when we got our loved ones we cannot contact, and also people, British citizens who are stranded there, and violation of human rights that are taking place. And really grateful to the cabinet members, the councillors, elected members who've joined us today as well. And in particular, our MP, Alex Sobel, he's made reassurances and also has assured us that he'll raise these concerns and write to the government here, but also in Pakistan, and that's really reassuring. So we're grateful to each and every one of you who's joined us, in particular grateful to the organizers and Councillor Javed Akhtar Sahab for bringing us together. Let's raise our hands and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he brings ease and relief to all of us. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. या अल्लाह ये जो हमने मजलिस को सजाया या अल्लाह इसका मकसद एक ये था कि जो आज़ाद कश्मीर में हालात जो हैं वो बिगड़ रहे हैं या अल्लाह उनमें बेहतरी पैदा फरमा, या अल्लाह जो लोग जो हैं या अल्लाह परेशानी में हैं आज़ाद कश्मीर में, और या अल्लाह जो ह्यूमन राइट्स की वायलेशन हो रही है या अल्लाह उनसे तमाम आज़ाद कश्मीर के बाशियों को या अल्लाह बासियों को तमाम सिटीजन्स को महफूज फरमा, और या अल्लाह हर किस्म की तरक्की, हर किस्म की या अल्लाह खुशहाली, हर किस्म की या अल्लाह सुकून से भरपूर जिंदगी वहाँ के शहरियों को भी और जिन भाइयों और बहनों का वहाँ से ताल्लुक है उन्हें भी अता फरमा. Ya Allah, bring ease and relief to the people of Azad Kashmir. Ya Allah, grant them your special mercy. In particular, Ya Allah, protect their human rights. And Ya Allah, all the things that have been mentioned here, Ya Allah, the suffering, Ya Allah, the injustices and the bad experiences that people have had, that people are going through, Ya Allah, protect them all and bring ease and relief. And in particular, Ya Allah, grant them peace of mind and all sorts of challenges that they're currently going through. Ya Allah, help them to overcome those challenges. Ya Allah, wherever there's suffering, abuse, persecution, torture, occupation across the world, bring ease and relief to the whole of humanity. Help us all to be peace builders, bring about peace in our own lives and also the lives of others as well. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله وسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وارحمنا معهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Right, finally, can I just raise a आखिरी चीज, कल एक मुजाहरा रखा गया पाकिस्तान काउंसिल ने बार ब्रैडफोर्ड 12 तो लेकर 3 बजे तक. अगर तुसा को टाइम होया तो प्लीज जरूर हाजिरी लाए, बेशक 5 मिनट वास्ते जाओ क्योंकि हाजिरी मस्ट है. मैं एक और रिक्वेस्ट कर सकता जाने तो पहला अगर एक फैमिली फोटो हो जाए सारे तो ठीक है या सारे उत्थे खलते रहो इसक्यू ये तुसा करो तो बाकी सारे अगे आए जो असम अगे आए जा एक फैमिली फोटो हो जाए.